right. So I'm sure you guys, I know Jimmy and I are big baseball fans. Kev, you'll just go to the games and drink, which is fine. That's half of baseball.
Let's go Mets. Let's go alcohol, baby.
Fuck
Exactly,
the
man.
Mets, it's the Yankees. Anyway, so this week, the Baseball Writers of America did the Hall of Fame voting, and they were going to announce the class of 2021. And in a last effort ploy to try and kill their sport, baseball decided not to vote a single person in to the 2021 class. There's not a single person.
I don't think. Oh, go ahead.
And not only was there not a single person, 14 of the writers turned in completely blank ballots. They didn't vote for a single person.
There's so many ways that this can be approached because, one, I'm tired of these miscellaneous people that never played the sport voting on the Hall of Fame. That's number one. That's just total bullshit, and everybody should be in agreement with that. Especially sports writers, these biased pricks. No. All right, the fact that Derek Jeter wasn't unanimous, Mr. Yankee fan over there, is ridiculous because of one Boston magazine writer.
Asshole.
That's wrong. It's just wrong.
Of course it's wrong.
And I'm a Mets fan. Derek Jeter belongs in there. Unanimous.
Just like Mike Piazza belonged in there, and he had unanimous. How many years?
Unanimous. He belongs in there.
Don't get me started on that.
We all know that there are people in the Hall of Fame as we speak that have done far worse than inject steroids into their system. Push that to the side as well. The fact that Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Curt Schilling, Mark McGwire are not in there right now as we speak is total fucking bullshit.
Can I sidebar that real quick? Did you hear what happened to Curt Schilling?
I do know, and I was going to say, I know there's a lot going on with Curt Schilling. He belongs there. I know he's opened his mouth. He opened his mouth, and I read a headline. I didn't read the whole article. What'd he say, Holmes?
Hey, pretty much nobody voted him in, so he's off the ballot again. He's done. And that's wrong. Look, I hate the guy. Hated the guy. He beat the Yankees how many times in the World Series? Like 3 times?
Now Curt Schilling's said, I didn't read this either. I know that he opened his mouth and he said, I think he said something like he demands to be taken off or he is taken off.
Because he had such a low amount of votes. He got almost nothing.
That's not because of steroids. That's because of politics then, right?
That's exactly what it's because he's an asshole. Because of politics, and he's an asshole. That's what it is. But he deserves to be in there. I don't care. Look, I hated the guy. Hated facing him. He beat the Yankees multiple times. For God's sakes, just the game where he was bleeding out of his ankle, which I still think is catch up. But he beat the Yankees while bleeding, supposedly, if you believe that tale.
Curt Schilling.
I mean, come on. The guy's a Hall of Famer, and now he's not going to get in because of some bullshit politics and these asshole writers.
Curt Schilling belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Look, I hated Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Roger Clemens is an asshole. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Pedro deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. They all do. They all did steroids. Baseball allowed it.
Yeah, that's it. We're at that point now. If you want to put an asterisk next to the name, fine. But they belong in there.
What?
But no,
that's
but they
so stupid though.
You want to put the asterisks? Fine, get them in there though. They belong in there.
They all do. Enough of this bull. And I'm sorry, it's either a yes or no question. They shouldn't have to. These writers that wait like 5 years to put somebody in. For what reason? It's a yes or a no question.
Because they want to be the special keeper of the Golden Award. I don't.
Who gives a shit? Man. It's a fucking made up place for people that have records. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, really, it's sad. It's sad. To be honest with you, it's sad. When I saw that Bonds, I don't like Bonds. I never liked Bonds.
No, he was a prick and a half.
But
Barry Bonds, yeah.
But
Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before he even touched steroids. If you read the book Game of Shadows, which I actually did read, before he got involved with steroids, he was I think a 6 or 7 time MVP, and he was a member of the 40-40 club when he was with Pittsburgh.
When he was with
Pittsburgh, steroids until he went to the San Francisco Giants, and his head grew 3 sizes.
A good note that'll make you laugh. My first ever baseball game that I remember as a kid was a Mets game in 1993 against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that was Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonilla were on the team.
Aren't you guys still paying him?
Yeah. Well, the Mets are, not me, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, back to the Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous. Those people belong in. We're at this point now where we know Major League Baseball knew what was going on.
Of course.
And because they because of the whole strike and the fallout with fans in 94, 95. And
They
then,
robbed us of the Expos and the Yankees in the World Series that year.
yep, I agree with you. And it's just unfortunate because they deserve to be there. The Major League Baseball knew they were on the juice. For myself and Dalai Lama, we were very young. We looked at Mark McGwire. We're like, yeah, he's a big guy. Now, if
You knew Big Mac was ripping. He was doing it in front of reporters. He was using Android cream.
he was using creatine and Android cream, which was
Yeah.
legal at the time.
It was him and
So-
Jose Canseco, the Bash Bros in Oakland.
And you think about this now, you're like, what the fuck? Just get him in
Gives a
there.
shit.
Get
Who
him in there.
cares? Everybody was on it. What's
And
the difference?
and you're a Yankee fan. Roger Clemens deserves his spot in the Hall of Fame.
Of course he
I'm
does.
sorry.
Just look
that
at what he did with
guy-
the Red Sox.
Yeah, that guy belongs there. It's it.
So let me. This is where I'll bring this. Is what's fun is next year, two big names are now eligible for the Hall of Fame:
Okay.
David Ortiz and Alexander Emmanuel Rodriguez.
I'll let Dalai Lama answer this one. We haven't heard much from him on this. Dalai Lama, what do you think of those two players? Did he belong in the Hall of Fame?
Everybody you mentioned belongs in the Hall of Fame at this point.
There's no question about David Ortiz, but I do know that A-Rod belongs in there, but he won't get in.
They should both be in. It's a simple. It's simple.
If this trend follows, which obviously it is,
David Ortiz popped for steroids too. He was on the Mitchell Report. Why isn't he demonized? Like, all right, A-Rod was an asshole. I'll give you that. But he was on the Mitchell Report too.
Yeah.
Why is it? Why is he going to get in? He did steroids. They all did. What's the difference?
I'm a big believer of steroids. It makes the game so much more fun.
Dude, if I was them, I'd be juicing all the time.
Exactly, man.
I think it was you, Steve, that said like it would just you want to watch like arms explode or something.
Yeah. I don't give a shit. I want to see these monsters.
Yeah. I think we need like this. We need this steroids baseball special. Like we need like this biggest separate league of just everybody just juiced up, and I'll watch
that
it.
would
I'll
be-
poof.
Juice League.
Exactly.
Well, Bud Selig's dead, right?
Thank God. Fuck him. He was a prick too.
That's not what I was getting at, but I mean, he's the
Fuck
guy
him.
that he's the guy that unfortunately set that into motion. Like, he's the guy that made sure that the steroids situation wasn't known by everybody. So, I mean, he's not around anymore. So whoever the new commissioner is, that guy should be exempting the
Yeah,
past
it's
mistakes.
Rob Manfred.
Manfred,
He's
there
a
you go.
Asshole too.
Yeah, I know nothing about the guy.
And I worked for the guy. He was an asshole.
Well, I mean, it's just unfortunate. I don't understand it.
Stupid. It's wrong.
There's only one person that I think shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, and unfortunately, that guy's name is Sammy Sosa. For one reason, he still hasn't admitted that he took steroids.
Who cares? They
I
know.
know.
No, he did. Who cares?
Well,
David
Exactly.
Ortiz did steroids.
he keeps
never
saying no.
admitted it.
David Ortiz, that they had the test there. He was done.
He was on the report.
Sammy
was on the
Sosa.
report.
Sammy Sosa used mango juice and corked bats.
Well, he
That's
also
it.
bleaches his skin. But he
Did he
claims
really beat his skin? What the hell?
well, so he claims that he has vertigo. I think is how it's pronounced.
Vitiligo.
Okay, I knew I was close.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. It's fine. But it pretty much you get spots on your skin where the melanin stops producing. So you
Sammy
get-
Sosa says that he has the Michael Jackson disease. That's what I know it as, vitiligo, where white
Yeah.
spots and then it just continues to grow. Oof.
But I mean, if I had that, if I was a darker complexion and had that, I'd probably try and use some kind of creams to even it out too. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
I
it was like
agree.
spot. Yeah, yes, I have spotty melanin skin. Yeah, you gotta do something about that.
Well, I was going to say Dalai Lama's skin is all fucked up.
Yeah, yeah,
From
it is.
cigarette burns.
Yeah,
He's got spots of ash all over.
exactly, man.
Ashy Larry over here.